Okay, hi. So you guys are well. Today we're gonna go over this third part of the workflow. We did the last two already, the first two already. We're gonna do the last one now. This is basically how you go from having the deep research document like we had in this note over here. So for example, you look at this and then you end up with something like this. So here's the deep research document that we had, and it was obviously made by Gemini Deep Research, and we had this turned into carousels like this, right? We had it nicely turned into carousels like this, ready for posting, right? And the way we did that, well, the way we do that is by this last workflow here. So top to bottom, by the end of the workflow, if you run the whole thing once a day, you get three, you get six to nine, 6 to 9 video ideas like this based on real comments of real people on real videos of people in your niche. You pick the one you want with the checkbox, it does a deep research, and then after that it populates your drive with LinkedIn carousels ready for you to post. Just like that. So let's get into how to do the last bit of the workflow, which is this part right here. Okay, so I'm gonna start on a blank canvas right here. And so if you remember what this node did, this one here, was it made us a Google Doc in a specific drive. And the drive ID was what we gave it here, drive folder ID. So for me, that's this is the drive. This is the ID with the drive. Okay? So we're gonna have a trigger such that whenever this document is created, this one, whenever this document is created, the flow will start. So you're gonna go to this, you're gonna go to Drive, search Drive, Google Drive here, and you're gonna search for, you're gonna get down here to triggers and look for on changes to a specific folder. Leave this as every minute. That's just how often it'll check. And then we're gonna from list, well, my list is called YouTube. But another way you can do this easier is if you just go to buy ID and then you just grab the ID from here. Better would probably be just take it from here. Drive folder ID, copy that. As you can see, it's the same, 1F, 1TFK, whatever. Paste that in, okay? And that way you have the exact same folder ID as the other one. Now, what we're looking for file created. So this should be specific folder by ID and watch for file created. Now, I might create other things in here like PDFs and presentations, and I don't want it to start running the workflow when I upload a PDF or a presentation, only when it's a Google Doc, because the Google Doc is created by this. So we're gonna do file type and we're gonna pick Google Doc. Now I'm gonna execute this and it's gonna grab the most recent Google Doc that was in that folder. Which is fine. So I'll just pin this. So this has already got the most recent Google Doc that was in the folder. But now we need to download that file. So you press plus here, search drive, and look for download file. Okay, we're gonna go operation download. And here you'll do by ID. You'll come here, go to expression, put 2 curly braces, put the $ JSON, and then just type ID. Okay, so this will get the file ID. Now, I'm going to run this, and there's going to be a problem here. The problem is that the file extension is docs. And to parse, we can't parse through a docs file on an A10. Well, we can, but there's a lot of other ways we have to go about that with APIs and stuff. So a good option is just go to add option, Google File Conversion, add conversion, and just convert the Google Docs right, to a PDF. Now, if I execute this step, you see it's now the file type is PDF. And if I download it, for me, it's gonna be it's gonna be the file that we just added, which was the technical architecture one. Okay, so I run this. I'm gonna pin them both now that they've run. I'm just gonna press P. And so we have technical architecture of implementation of multi-agent systems. So this would be the document that was just added. Notice how it skipped over these two because they're not Google Docs. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to extract from file. So you're going to go here and go to extract from file. And, sorry, we're going to extract from a PDF. There's no extract from docs. So we're going to extract from a PDF. I'll execute this step. And I'll press pin. Now I look at table and we have the actual text, whole lot of text because this is everything that's in this, all this 13 pages is here. Okay. Now we're gonna feed this into an LLM. So we press plus and then type LLM chain. And there's a reason we're typing LLM chain. And that's because we want a specific output from it. We want it to be a JSON output. So LLM chain allows us to say require specific output format. And I'll tell you about how we're going to do that. Let's change this to define below. And what we're going to grab from this is the title, and we're going to grab the text. Okay. Now, add prompt, make sure it's set to system. Go to expression, or open it in full screen. This will be in the description, just paste it in. It's going to say you're a LinkedIn content strategist for an AI automation expert. Replace this with whatever you are and what you want to make content about. The document is titled this. You have this other stuff here. And basically it's just gonna write 3 distinct LinkedIn posts. Okay. And so provide research document titled this. And so here we have research document like that. Okay, now you notice how we enabled requires specific output format. If I turn it off, look at the bottom, turn it on, output parser. I turn it off, no output parser. Turn it on, output parser. This is because it needs a way for to force the specific output format that we're telling it to require. So if I go press that plus, you're just gonna pick structured output parser. Now, here we're gonna just do it by a schema. So define using JSON schema. Again, this you just have to paste it in. But all we want from the agent is post 1, post 2, and post 3. I don't want anything else from the agent. I don't need anything extra. That's all I want. The model, I'm gonna go to Gemini and I'm gonna just give it the 2.5 Pro. I'll go with 2.5 Pro for this. 2.5 Flash, 2.5 Pro, my main account. Cool. If I execute this step now, what you'll notice is I want you to pay attention to the output that we're getting from the LLM chain. It's gonna be exactly like this schema, right? That's the point of the schema. So if I look at it now and I go to JSON, exactly like the schema, post 1, post 2, post 3, exactly what we wanted. Without the schema, we would have output that doesn't come exactly how we want it. It might put post 1, post 2, post 3 and not separate them. It might just give us one big paragraph. Or it might, instead of doing this, it could probably do like output, post 1, and then have text, then the post, right? But because we just want it to be simply post 1, post 2, post 3, we can use an output parser to determine exactly what we want the output to look like. Now, if I go here and I'm going to go to a set field because I just want to pull post 1, post 2, and post 3. Just like this, I execute the step. It's the same thing, but it's just that if you're getting in the beginning of any run, it's just nice to have set fields and you can clearly see where the data is, where it's going, what's happening with everything like that. Okay, now here's the actual part where we're going to do the carousel creation. The carousel creation is going to happen based on another LLM and then text replacement. So I'll show you how we do this. So we'll start by we need a link, we need a template. Now in the description, I've put a template already. So you can go ahead and just check that one. I'll show it to you now. Here it is. This is a basic LinkedIn template, okay? As you can see, there's no actual text. All we have is variables, right? Dummy text. Slide 4 title, slide 4 body. There's no actual information. We're going to use NAN to populate this with information. So how we do that is we'll start by connecting an LLM chain again. So we'll go here, LLM chain, basic LLM chain. Here we'll do define below, and I'm gonna say define below, and I'm gonna just simply paste this in here. LinkedIn post, I'm gonna use post 3, and the research document is just everything we had in the extract from PDF. Yeah, the PDF extraction, the text, that's what this is. Perfect. Now we've used an LLM chain for a reason, and that's because we want to enable this requires specific output format. Now there's something I want you guys to pay attention to with this. So let me just bring this down here. Let me just put this model first. When I'm writing this output parser, right, structured output parser, look at the carousel and let me split the view so you can see it properly. Split view. Cool. So I'm going to paste in the output parser text and you guys will be able to see the relationship that I'm talking about. So here's the schema, okay? What do we want? A title slide to match title slide. We want slide 1 title to match slide 1 title. Slide 1 body, slide 1 body. Slide 2 title, slide 2 title. And so on until slide CTA, which is the last one. There's no other dummy text in this, right? The only dummy text is that, and that's exactly what we are requiring. The model has to output that. That's the point of the output parser, okay? It allows us to do that. So I'm going to just move this up a bit here. Put this here. Okay, so you can see that the relationship between the two. Now, this will give us definitely what we need. So if I just execute this from the start, that's all already pinned. So it should go straight to the LLM. And this will go ahead and run. So the way we're going to do this is we don't want to actually change the text in this one. This is a template. We want to make a copy of the template and then change the text. Because if we change the text in this one and the next time I run the flow, it's going to look for a template, but it won't find it. It will find a PowerPoint with already text already in it, and it will error because it's going to look for these exact dummy phrases. So we're going to copy this and then change it. Okay, so you see, I go here now and I look at the output. We have exactly title slide, and I go to this slide 1 title description is this, slide 1 body, slide 2 title, slide 2 body. Perfect. So I'll pin this. Cool. Now I'm going to go to Google Drive, and I'm going to go copy file. All right, I'm going to copy a file. I'm just put this output parser here so it looks a little better. Now in copy file, I'm gonna go by ID. I'm gonna copy this ID from the template. I'm gonna paste it there, and I'm gonna call it presentation one YouTube video, whatever. Copy in the same folder, turn that off. This parent drive is fine. From list by ID, and wherever you want the population of the posts to be, right? That's, you're just gonna copy this, which by the way is the same one we used here. Okay, copy this, bring it here by ID, and paste in that. Okay, that's the main thing that we need to do. So we're not copying it in the same folder, right? We're copying it into this other folder. Now if I execute the whole flow and I come here, you should see a new, there it is. Okay, but this has no changed text yet. And this is not the template. Template is a separate file from this file. We want to change the text in this file. So we can even just close the template. We want to change the text here. Okay, so now that we've copied that over, the next step that we're gonna do is we're gonna go and run the replace text. Now, replace text means that if I go here and I go to Google Slides, you'll see replace text in a presentation. Now press that. The presentation ID is the ID of the one we just copied, not the original template, the copy of the template. Okay. And now I will just split this view here so you can see what it looks like. Text to replace. Let me open what the LLM gave us. Okay, here's what the LLM gave us. So text to replace. Title slide. Okay, make sure it's fixed. Title slide. Replace that with title slide, this one. Watch what happens if I just run this. See that? Changed. It changed it. Now, if I say slide one title here, make sure it's fixed. Replace that with, hold on. Yeah. Replace that with slide one title, which was this right here. And I open slide one title. I execute step. Slide one title has changed. So what we need to do now is go ahead and for all of the slide names that we gave it, we need to match slide one body with slide one body. Slide one this, slide two, whatever. The whole thing. So I'll just do that. How you can basically go about this entire process of doing text replacement. And then that's how you end up with a fully customized presentation right in your Google Drive. That's the whole workflow, what you can do, and like what I have done in the past, if I show you my actual distribution one, is I have three different presentation flows. I mean, I have three different like presentations that it will do the text replacement for. So for example, it will do it for this one, it will do it for this one, and it will do it for this one here, the last one, which I showed you guys already, this one. So this is the one that I just showed you guys in this video, the one we used. And this is the third one that I have. So you basically go into Google Drive, make as many templates as you want, rename the text to dummy text. Here's another one, title slide. Here we have this this black orange theme going on over here. And here we have probably the one I think is the best one that I've ever found is this one. And yeah, then you just end up with three different ones. This Telegram part is simply just messages me on Telegram to tell me that the flow is executed and that the Google Drive has the posts, so you can go and get them from there. That's what it tells me. But yeah, you guys have managed to build something incredible here because you found a way to get video ideas based on real comments of real people in real pain who are in your niche, do a deep research on the solution to their pain so you can make a video about it and end up with carousels about that solution which you can post on LinkedIn. And you also end up with an actual, you know, post written by the AI. So, yeah, I hope you liked it. And I'll see you in the next one.